Imperial archers are one of the few archer units that I hear praise about in Conqueror's Blade. Next to them are non-cons and longbow archers. So, should you actually take Imperial archers into battle? Imperial archers have two traits: sharpshooters. This unit has relatively high accuracy, and bodkin arrows. This unit uses bodkin arrows, which are capable of punching through plate armor. There are two formations available with Imperial archers: dispersed, a loose formation that reduces unit vulnerability to concentrated ranged attacks; wings, the unit splits into two echelons to enhance melee strength. Imperial archers have two unit orders that can be used. Attack area. Order your unit to shoot ranged weapons at the designated spot. Bodkin arrows. The unit switches to armor-piercing shots. Piercing value is greatly increased, but the rate of fire is reduced by 25% and damage is reduced by 10%. There are two veterancy lines to pick from. Before either line is a 5% increase to armor penetration. Both lines share a lot of improvements, but the top line has some useful nodes such as the increase to armor penetration, increase to critical value, and increase to piercing damage. The bottom line actually gets a few nodes from the top line, as well as an increase to health, damage dealt to cavalry, and damage dealt to infantry. Looking at both lines, the bottom makes the most sense. You get most of the ranged improvements that the top line gives, as well as general damage increases to cavalry and infantry. You get armor penetration versus piercing armor penetration, as well as some straight piercing damage. The top line also has a reduction to rate of fire on the final node, which is a pretty big debuff. All in all, I recommend going bottom line, or at least not taking the final node on top line. As for the doctrines, I run the Rare Archery Doctrine, Epic Archery Doctrine 2, Piercing Doctrine, Piercing Damage Doctrine, and Siege Fighter Doctrine. This is primarily just what I have available. My dream loadout would be the Rare Archery Doctrine, Epic Archery Doctrine 2, 4, and 5, as well as the Sharpshooters Doctrine. This improves the damage and accuracy of the Imperial archers. It also gives the utility of arrow rain and damage increase against shielded units. Imperial archers specialize in their penetration capabilities as an archer. They can pierce armored units to an extent that is far greater than other archer units. That is even without using their unit order bodkin arrows. For this reason, it is not hard to see why they are used often. Some things to keep in mind is that bodkin arrows reduce the rate of fire and damage of their arrows. For this reason, use this order sparingly. Luckily, the order is a toggle ability, so toggle it on when you need to take out a unit or warlord that has very high armor. Great examples are Iron Reapers, Monastic Knights, Silidars, etc. Otherwise, you should keep it off to get the increased damage and rate of fire. Their default penetration of Imperial archers are good enough that even moderately armored units like Azops, Condottieri, Palace Guards, and the like are better left with the normal arrows. I also want to emphasize that the arrow rain from the Epic Archery Doctrine 5 also decreases damage during the order, so you should never use arrow rain and bodkin arrows at the same time. Imperial archers are hands down the best all-arounder archer unit in Conqueror's Blade. You don't need any unit orders for them to do great sustained damage, and they have great penetration to boot. Where Nomcon archers specialize in low leadership and building damage with bleed, and longbows specialize in great cover fire from unimaginable distances, Imperial archers are a great default choice for a solid all-around archer unit. I hope this video answered the question of if you want to work on Imperial archers. For those that have used them, let me know some great experiences you have had with them in the comments down below, or let me know on a stream over on the Unfit Nation channel. If you want to help out the channel, you can use my content creator code on the My Games Market when getting a content creator pack. With that, until next time, I'll see you on the battlefield.